The next habit is to evaluate your options. Consider your choices and don't rush into anything. High-pressure tactics are designed to encourage hasty decisions and usually end up with financial services and products, one, that aren't very good, and two, you don't really want and you won't stick to for a long time. Something to keep in mind is that we may not be able to make significant adjustments to our income. However, we can always make adjustments to our expenses. So here's an example when you're looking at two mutual funds. One of them will have a 2% expense charge, and there's another one that has a 1% expense charge. That's a 1% difference in expenses if everything else is equal. So if you go with the one that has a 1% expense charge, that means you're getting a 1% savings on expenses, which means a 1% additional return. So when you look at expenses, that's why it's really important to watch your expenses and costs. And it's also common to think about the primary cost of an asset or an investment along with the expected return. However, there are often hidden costs and high expenses that increase the amount of money we pay for something, and this can eat into the return on our investment or what we pay for something. So here's how it applies again to two mortgages. One has a lower interest rate. So automatically think, hey, I'm going to go for the mortgage that has a lower interest rate. However, you need to look deeper and see if the company that has a lower interest rate is offsetting it with higher fees, where you may actually end up paying more in the end for the mortgage that has a lower interest rate. Always make sure that you know what you're paying for. Another thing I think that we should all think about is thinking about the true cost, the total cost when making a purchase. So for example, when we purchase a car, the true cost is not only the price of the car, it includes the car insurance, the registration, maintenance, gasoline, and possibly parking. So there's a lot more when you buy a car than just the price of the car. So when you start thinking about the true cost, it helps you to make better financial decisions. And remember that at the end of the day, you always have the control and can say yes or no. You have the right to free choice.